Hi, are you tired of working with buyers only to spend countless hours and then they work with someone else or go to a builder without giving you an opportunity to register them? Well, obviously this is a lesson that many realtors have to learn, unfortunately. And the only way around that is through buyer agency agreement. So what if you could have a system that will literally guarantee that you will receive a buyer agency agreement each and every time? How can you make that happen? Well, it's all about creating value. And I actually created a training for my team that I've used for many, many years when I was working as a realtor with my team and as a team leader. And if you DM me, I'll be happy to send you a link to Google Drive where you have a training video that is much longer than we have time here, as well as all of the forms that you can then just customize for yourself. But the key is value. You wouldn't just walk into a home seller's home and have them sign a listing agreement without going through some sort of listing presentation. Nor would you take a listing without a listing agreement. You want to know that you get compensated for the work that you do. And likewise, when working with buyers, you have to create value. And the way you do that is with a structured buyer agency agreement. And I learned that first many, many, many years ago from Craig Proctor. You need to have a buyer agency presentation, a buyer presentation that is powerful and that leaves the buyer wanting to work with you, where they're just so amazed by the value that you offer to them that they absolutely want to work with you. And of course, as a professional, you only have time, you can only afford to work with 2 or 3 buyers at any given time. So these are the rules of the game. And Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, if you're willing to commit yourself to that process, then I'll be more than happy to work with you. So by them having now the desire to want to work with you, the whole thing is going to work. And when I ran my team, we actually charged a $395 retainer, which means not only did they have to sign the buyer agency agreement, but they actually had to pay a retainer. And again, this is best practice. Most of the super high-end teams, high-end meaning now high volume teams, successful teams, whether they're trained by Craig Proctor or NAE or any of these other training organizations, Brian Moses, there are many out there, they all advocate the same process, the same psychology. You need to have the buyer make a commitment to you. It's a mental game as much as anything else. So if you find this valuable, please direct message me with your name and email address, and I will send you a Google Drive link to my buyer agency program that you can download. There's no cost, there's no obligation whatsoever, and learn for yourself how you can create a powerful buyer presentation that will want buyers to work with you, that will get buyers to want to sign the buyer agency agreement. And you'll never again be in a situation where you spend up working dozens of hours or maybe even hundreds of hours with a buyer that has zero commitment to you and that then just ends up doing something else and you don't get paid. Hope you found this helpful. I'm Thomas Heimann with Realty Partners. And again, if you want to get my buyer program, my buyer agency presentation, please direct message me with your information and I'll get that out to you.